Coming in, you guys, it's day number 27 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. For those of you who have not been following along, since January the 1st, I have been getting into a tub of ice. Yes, on purpose, getting into a whole bath full of lovely chunky monkey ice. Doing that on purpose every single day, 5 minutes a day. 32, 33 degrees. Let's see what it is here today. Currently, the temperature of the water is 33.2 degrees Fahrenheit. For my international friends, that's like barely over zero. So, very, very cold water. We get in here every single day. And one of the things I'm doing, besides going in the ice every day, is teaching some principle about cold therapy. And today is not a principle specifically about cold therapy, but about people's reactions to it. So I have a lot of thoughts about a comment that was made to me the other day on one of my ice videos that had nothing to do with me getting in an ice bath and everything to do with their commentary on me. So I'll tell you about that. Once I get in the ice, calm down, usually takes me about a minute, minute and a half. Again, all that ice. I'm about to put my body in there on purpose. I'm cool with it. I literally have to be cool with it because it's going to be cold as fuck in there. So, all right, let me put this down, tilt this down, get you guys ready to go. All right, I think it's tilted enough, maybe a little more. There we go. 5 minutes on the clock. And here we go, day number 27. Go. There's a bunch of ice behind me, so it's like creeping up my neck. I'm actually doing okay today. Today I just was soaking in the cold a little more than normal just to kind of really feel it today. All right, so the other day I posted a video, as I do every day. I show these videos, I post them online. I make reels out of like a 1 minute little clip from my little talks from inside the ice here. And on one of those clips, somebody wrote, "Hey Jimmy, are you still on a low-carb diet?" Now, you guys have to know, I've been online 18 years, and I have heard all kinds of negative stuff for a very long time. When someone asks a question like that, the insinuation is, you don't look like you eat low-carb. You look like you don't eat low-carb anymore because you're fat, blah, blah, blah. That was the insinuation. So I'm always kind. And I was kind back to this person. And I said, well, it's not appropriate to do that publicly. Why don't you write that to me privately? And I'm happy to talk to you. But the irony was, here I am in an ice bath, doing something proactive about the inflammation in my body, about trying to mobilize some of the white fat, turn it into brown fat, doing something proactive about the elephant in the room. Like everybody like, oh my gosh, Jimmy Moore, you're fat. Yeah, I don't hide. I'm on camera almost every single day. So it's amazing to me the obsession that people have about my weight. And it's as if I don't know, number one. They also assume that I'm not doing a low carb diet or anything about my weight. But here I am doing something that most of these people that say those things about me, they would never imagine doing this right here. And yet here I am. Here I am every single day. Here I am trying to move that needle. I just feel like when you try to do things proactive for health, people need to be more kind, compassionate, and loving in the process of that. And look, support someone who's not having a great time of it. I explained that I've been doing carnivore for the past 4 years and that I have to do some of these biohacks to try to move that needle. But there's so many other things besides nutrition that impacts your weight, which is why I'm in an ice bath every day. I just, I see this enough. And look, I'm over being upset about it anymore. I'm not upset as much as I am just sad for our society that we can't be more supportive of people who are taking action for their health. And obviously exposing myself to freezing temperature water, I'm doing something pretty damn proactive for my health. And I just wish people could understand that their words matter and that they need to be encouraging. All right, guys, 5 minutes is up. Woo! Lots of ice. Love that ice. Oh. I want to see some of those people who make those comments do what I just did and not flinch. Because Jimmy Moore ain't flinching. Jimmy right here. Jimmy feeling all badass is what he's feeling. So it's so amazing getting out of that tub. And yes, I'm very cold. Yes, my hands are very numb. My feet are very numb. But you just feel a certain way when you're able to accomplish something like that. Because that's hard as hell, what I just did. And I purposely do it. And I do it for a lot of reasons. A lot of the reasons I've explained about the inflammation, lowering the brown fat, shifting over the white fat to the brown fat, all the things. I do it psychologically as well. Because when you get in an ice bath, you're doing something that 99.9999% of the people in the world would never, ever do. That does something for your head. That does something for how you feel about yourself. That does something for your confidence. So when I get comments like that I don't get upset by it because I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am as a man. I'm confident in who I am as a public leader speaking out. I had a friend of mine, because I posted some of the guy's comments on my stories, and I had a friend of mine write me today, and she said, he has a point though. You are a public figure and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I didn't have a problem with him questioning me. What I had a problem was it was public, and then I'm doing it from an ice bath. In the video that I posted, he made that comment with me in a 32-degree ice bath. Like if I was doing nothing, or if I was eating a cheeseburger, or I was doing something lazy, I could see that comment. But I was doing it in an ice bath. Like, how can you be a naysayer about someone and their health if they're doing something about their health? It's why I really hate the whole piling on, and this has happened a lot in the carnivore keto community. I've called them out about it. Stop being so freaking judgmental of people about their appearance, because you don't know how they got there. It's not necessarily they're eating bad food. It could be a lot of things. And so I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I am the champion for that person that struggles despite doing lots of really good things, I'm happy to be that guy, because I'll never give up. I'll never give up. That's not in my vocabulary, as they say. All right, my fingers are slowly starting to come back. They're still very numb. Cherish says, I made it. Yay. Yes, you did. Birds chirping. They are thinking it's spring, says Melt That Snow. Well, I don't know what the exact temperature is right now, but it's like in the 40s today. So I guess they think it's warmer. Who knows? Screw the haters, says Cherish. Yes. Fishing Girl 9 says, amen. You're so brave to put yourself out there every day. Cherish, thank you. I have always tried to be authentic in my work. I know not every influencer does this, but I share the good, the bad, the ugly. It would be so easy for me to hide behind my voice. And for many years, I did my podcast, but I didn't go on camera. I always made the joke, I have a face made for radio, but like I could easily just do my podcasts. You would hear my voice, but you wouldn't know what I look like. And I thought, you know what? That's disingenuous. If I'm going to talk about diet and health and healthy things and healthy living, I need to be on camera. And so I do. I do all my interviews on camera. You hear my voice, but you see me as well. And then you see me get into the tub. And the other day when I did that video with the big sheet of ice and I was having to break it up, that's the video that the guy commented on, I guess, where he saw my belly. And so I don't hide that I have weight on my body. It's one of the reasons I'm doing these ice baths. Like, it's just amazing to me. People think, oh my gosh, did you know you're fat? Really? You don't think I know that already? Like, I'm just amazed by the human nature of it all. Melt That Snow, very badass. Thank you. Cherish says, preach it. Melt That Snow says, strugglers unite. And look, I've even had a hard time describing what this is. I don't want to live the rest of my life struggling. I refuse. I refuse to let my current situation, however long it lasts, to be a struggle, to be something that I have to fight. I just want to live. And if I'm doing things proactive for my health, and I am, eating real whole foods, primarily carnivore, getting into ice baths, doing all these biohack things that I love to do, if I'm doing all of those things, I think I'm being pretty proactive. I'm going to rest assured that I'm not struggling. I'm doing the things I need to do. Now, little tweaks along the way here and there and everywhere and trying new things. Okay, cool. But I refuse to call it a struggle. And you're going to have people, no matter who you are, you're going to have people, if you start doing ice baths, cold showers, they're going to try to be a naysayer towards you. And I encourage you to just tune that out. Tune it out and do the things that you know you need to do. And that's what I'm doing right now. No, I'm not where I want to be physically in my body. Mentally, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I have a very sharp brain. I feel good. I sleep really well. My mood is pretty calm and chill most of the time. I'm starting to shiver, so I'm literally chill right now. Those are things that I wouldn't trade for anything. Physical body, I would love to see this big blob of mess on my belly go away. I'm trying. I'm doing all these things that I know to do. And I just, in the meantime, would hope that some people would show more love and kindness and compassion in the process. And I know I don't just speak alone. I know I'm speaking for a lot of people. Just lay off, guys, if somebody's doing something good for themselves, something proactive for their health. You cheer them on. You don't kick them. You don't Oh, are you on a low carb diet? Did you go off your diet? It's very insulting, whether people realize it or not. Terrell Bond says, you have inspired me to go beyond cold showers. Oh boy. I can't wait to hear about that. Are you putting ice in a bathtub? That's cool. Bulletproof Coconut says, go Jimmy. Microphone. Melt That Snow says, it's endearing. Vulnerability changes people, you and them. It's true community to me. Yeah, I will always be vulnerable. I learned about 3 years ago that much of my life I was not being completely vulnerable and open. Sorry, I'm shivering again. So it's that moment getting out of the ice bath where my body starts to go, hey, dummy, we're going to warm up while you're trying to talk. But yes, vulnerability is a big part of my work now. I remember when I came back from my sabbatical in March of 2020, March 1st, and the very first episode I came back on Instagram Live, somebody said, oh, you're hiding behind the camera, not showing the people you're really fat. And I immediately stood up and lifted my shirt up and said, oh, you mean this? Like, I didn't care at that point, and I still don't care. At this point, I know who I am. I know I'm doing things that should be moving the needle, and I for sure will not give up on doing the things that I feel like I need to do. But look, my character, who I am as a person, as a man, is not defined by my weight. It's not defined by anything except for what I speak, how I carry myself, my character. Those are the things that matter to me. If I'm 300 pounds, 700 pounds, 100 pounds, it's irrelevant. And at the end of the day, the naysayers, I mean, I kind of feel bad for them if they feel like they have to kick someone when they're down. They got stuff in their life. I just feel for them. And yes, I'm very much shivering right now. I don't usually shiver this much, but I am today for some reason. Cherish says, the big sheet of ice video is epic. Yes, that was quite scary because when I stepped and it popped up, it was like a shark coming out of that ice water. Huge mental wins. I see this lots with cold water people. Yes, the mental aspects of this, and I am chattering my teeth today. Really, really cold today for some reason. I guess that's a good sign. Yes, the mental aspect of this is just so critical. I was talking to Arlene Smith earlier for my podcast on Instagram, and we talked about things to do for anxiety, and she lost her son 10 years ago to a drive-by shooting, and she was talking about how aromatherapy helped her, essential oils. And so I said, these cold ice baths that I do, Arlene, they're pretty amazing. She's like, yeah, you got me curious about them now. So it helps. It helps a lot. Holly says, you're going to start flipping tires when it warms up. Hubby is going to start in the spring. It's funny you say that, Holly. Yes, that is on the agenda. I'm still letting my toes heal up, but I would like to get out there pretty soon to do that. I'm also missing my walking. I usually do these walk and talks. But because my toes got injured in the ice on day 6, I have not put on shoes since then. And so they're getting there. I hit the second toe coming out of the bathtub the other day. I just slammed it on the bathtub and it started bleeding again. I'm like, I just got it to start healing, and then it busted open again. So we'll get there. But yes, on the agenda is flipping that tire. And I would like to flip the tire, get into the infrared sauna for about a half an hour, and then do 5 minutes in the ice bath. That's kind of my routine that I'm planning on doing. Bulletproof says, you speak for millions of people. I think so. I think there's more people like Jimmy Moore than there are people who go on a ketogenic diet, go on a carnivore diet, and see everything miraculously get better. Look, I love those people. They're inspiring. I love their stories. But what gets me is the people who promote those diets and they get smug about people who don't look the part. And look, I'll be quite frank with you. I started gaining some weight about 3 years ago. I was dealing with a lot of stuff in my life that I'm now on the other side of that stuff, and I'm having to pick up the pieces. But 3 years ago, I was really in the midst of dealing with a lot of pressure and stress and things in my life. And I had put on some weight, and I stopped being invited to a lot of the keto conferences to speak. And that's cool. Like, I understand they want an image. They want certain speakers to speak. It certainly wasn't from a lack of knowledge. I have probably as much knowledge about keto and fasting and cholesterol and all these things as anybody in the community. But I don't think they saw a representative of keto that they wanted to showcase. And so that's cool. That's their prerogative if they chose to do that. It's lame ass if that's the reason, but that happened. So, and I'm okay with that. It's one of the reasons why I've shifted away some from the keto kind of message. Not that I'm anti-keto, but it's not so explicit anymore. I do more mindset stuff, encouragement stuff, trauma stuff. All that's much more interesting to me now. And I've got a new book coming out that's going to be all about those subjects. And so, still will always talk about health, but maybe de-emphasize it a little more, because a lot in this community have just moved to a place that I don't feel comfortable with. Be kind to people. Don't judge them for how they look. And I see it way too damn much, especially with some carnivore accounts. And that's unfortunate. They don't need to do all that. Melt That Snow says kindness wins always. Yes. Kindness, love, compassion for people. I missed the walk and talk, says Cherish. Yes. I want to get back to them, I promise, but I haven't been able to wear a shoe. And especially a couple days ago when I kicked that toe, that didn't help matters. Give me a few more days to heal and I'll reassess. But trust me, I want to get back out there on the walk and talks. I really enjoy those. Mindset, encouragement, and healing relationships is what people need to hear. Permission to be human. Yeah. And look, I feel like I have a unique voice in this arena. Because of some of the things I've been through in my life, because of a lot of the things I've overcome, and because I'm not the perfect body. I'm not perfect in any way. And yet I can articulate myself through those imperfections to communicate and be a voice on behalf of. That's kind of what I like to do. I like to be that voice for people who they don't quite know what the words are to say, but they wish somebody would say them. And I've heard from a lot of people that say, you speak for me, keep talking. And I love that. And I won't shut up. And I'm not deterred. Look, I have been at this a very long time. And if somebody saying an ugly comment to me on the internet was going to chase me away, it would have happened 17 years ago. So, just comes with the territory, sadly. So, all right, guys, day number 27. There are going to be some naysayers that will try to kick you off course and tell you, oh, that ice bath, it's not enough. Not enough. What are you doing? Oh, you think that's going to move? No, that's not enough. They're going to try to convince you that this very proactive, positive thing for your health is irrelevant. And those are the people you need to ignore. Those are the people you need to tune out because you know why you're doing this. And I'm going to keep sharing information. Thank you for giving me kind of a one-off today of not explicitly an ice bath benefit, but something you may have to deal with when it comes to ice baths are these naysayers that are going to come after you. And I still can't believe that guy felt it was appropriate on an ice bath video to ask if I was still on a low-carb diet. Welcome to my world. All right, guys, let me pop off of here for now. I'm going to get out of these wet clothes, dry off, and all that jazz. But you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back again real soon with another video. Bye, everyone.